A feelings of excitement, a blessed joyful moment when two come together to be one.
Hello wonderful viewers, you're welcome back to our channel. My name is Sheyi.
My name is Fumi.
And together we are called Sheyi Fumi. Alright.
Welcome back, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Welcome back to a new episode of Marriage is Beautiful.
We just don't have this specific topic. Like, we're not going to give it any name per se. We are just going to flow, like we're going to clear.
Free flow.
Free flow.
Let's gist.
Like, we want to gist.
Everybody's catching cold. And by the way, the cold over here is a little bit busy, and
yeah,
I think it's dropping to something like 5 degrees, which is rare in Qatar. What do we want to talk about today? We want to gist. And when I say gist,
like, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah,
we want to
gist. Yeah, like,
so guys, we want to gist.
As in gisting.
Gisting, yeah.
It's gisting because it has to do with how we talk, how we communicate in marriage.
Yeah.
We find out that one of the issues in marriage has to do with relating.
The way we communicate.
Yeah, the way we communicate, the way we relate with one another. And most problems could have been solved if our communication is good. If there is no communication gap, a lot of issues will have been solved in marriage. But you see, most times, instead of us trying to solve issue, we tend to keep to ourselves, especially when we have differences. We really need to talk to one another. We need to try to solve issue by talking. Yeah, most of the time we don't want to talk, we want to keep quiet. But it's not always that, honey. Men always think women should talk the way they do. And women think men also ought to talk the way they do. The way a man reasons is quite different from the way a woman reasons. Yeah. The way we talk is different. When a man is expecting a woman to reason like him,
then it becomes problem.
It becomes an issue. And when a woman is expecting a man
to relate or talk the way he talks or she talks, then
naturally, women talk more than men.
But not all women. There are some men that talk more than, but naturally,
this is natural. This is the way I'm talking about the physiological formation and the rest of it. Sure. So women tend to talk more than men. You know, we tend to use the thinking side of our brain more. But women is wired differently. They use both. That's why you can what is the English word for it now when they say you are multitasking?
Yeah, they can multitask.
That's why women can multitask. Yeah. But for example, people like me, if I'm in the house and you ask me to do something, maybe just writing, and I'm about to write, the moment you talk, honey, because I cannot be writing
and be listening.
Yeah. But you can be writing at the same time be listening. And if you expect me, I'll still be talking. And if you expect me to be writing, be listening and be talking, then you are going to have an angry me.
Yeah.
So
it's not even really angry, you will be confused, like you don't need to do anything.
Because most of the time, a man is always singularly focused. And it has its own advantage and it has its own
disadvantage. Even in communication, like you are saying, you know, for instance, maybe a man is coming back from work and you like, oh, how was work today? How was office? And you know, a man will just tell you fine. And that is his answer. That is his final answer.
It's fine.
You know, but for women, just ask such question, you know. The story is going to start from when she starts.
Hey,
let me take it up.
Let me take it up.
Honestly, I can't too much.
A woman, for an example, how was office today? You know, you ask a man and he said fine. And he wants to keep quiet.
Exactly.
Woman will say, honey, give me a hug first. And then he will say, You see, what you are asking is not what we can be talking standing. We need to sit down. Then you will be saying to yourself,
why did I ask this question?
Why did I? But because you know you are in for something.
Yeah.
And then remove the shoe and she will sit down.
And as she's removing the shoes, she's talking.
She's talking. You know, it started when I left home this morning. You know, when I was choosing that grey suit to office, something was telling me each time you are wearing this grey suit, there is always something that is going to happen in the office. Then the gist starts.
Yeah.
I was office. Start with the dress she wore in the morning. On her way to office, if she's been driven by a driver, what happened on the road, if she's driving herself, a lot of... And there was one man, she just crossed my lane, and I was like, what kind of a man is... Then, before, you are asking how was office. She started narrating. Oh my God.
That was on her way to office.
By the time she would discuss office,
like 1 hour, 2 hours.
Discuss everything that happened in the office, on her way coming back,
yeah.
If you are not careful, you will be dozing. And you will like, why are you sleeping on me? I said, I'm not sleeping. No, you were, but I am not. You were, but I am not. Then it become an argument. You ask me, if you know you don't want to hear, why did you bother to ask?
What? That's why we're special. Honey, you know that? You know that's why we're special. And that's why we make, special. That's why we are the one that is making this life lively. Like we make the world lively.
Special you.
Special us. And you know, yeah, and you know that if you're a man, if you're a man that is not patient enough, you're gonna get angry, and before you know, that leads to
that's what
we're saying. That
is either you get angry or you were dozing while she's talking,
and she gets angry.
And if you are not concentrating, she will ask one question in the middle of the talk, and then you will be asking. But I was listening. You were not listening. I was. You asked me. If you know you aren't ready to concentrate and listen to me, why did you ask?
You ask question, and you know that it's sometimes that can even cause a man to keep to himself like, I'm not going to ask her any question, because if I ask her, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it has been happening, and the man is like, don't let me even say anything. I don't want to ask her any question.
You know my answer to that.
Asking now my giving.
You know my answer to that.
Yeah.
Men has to be more patient.
Yeah.
Because
be a listener.
And be a good listener.
Yeah.
Your wife might not be the talking type, but to you,
she wants to talk.
She wants to talk.
She wants to relate.
She wants to relate because she's able to solve a problem in multitasking by talking, listening, and doing things.
Yeah.
So you have to accord her the honor, the respect of listening to her, even while she's talking. Shake your head along the line.
Like
try
you used to shake your head. I know. Sometimes I will be talking to you, and I will be saying, "Yeah, I know," but you ask what you said. Like recently, something I was like, I mean, you're not listening. I have to reread. I was saying, I knew.
You were reading something.
I was reading
something, and you were asking me to listen, and then you asked me, "What did I read?"
You said you understand.
I said I understand. I said, explain it to me.
I said, okay, explain. You said, "Oh, it was the."
I picked one word. I had one word in it, and I think that was
that's the point that really actually that's the point that.
And you really, caught me in that aspect. No,
like
that point was just off track. Although you got the word,
yeah,
but it wasn't really.
That's not really what you're talking about.
It was just a mention.
And I have to reread. I said, only listen, because I know you were not listening. That's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. We're going to take some time to talk about communication.
Yeah,
we are going to really talk about it because it's important. We're going to talk about
let's just call today introduction to communication in marriage, because
introduction to gisting in marriage.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to use the word communication.
Yeah, introduction to gisting in marriage.
Because everything your wife wants to talk about is gist to her. The only way she gets closer to you is by talking to you.
Yeah.
And that's why I am learning it. You have to learn to listen to the gist. And because the gist won't even finish. So get used to it all through the life. And the older she grows, the more she wants to gist you.
The more she needs, like, you know, when you're talking about gisting, for women, it's like you're just looking for a shoulder to lean on. Yeah, it's just like that. Like you want to empty you want to talk so that
you are looking for a listening.
Yeah. Like you need
somebody to listen to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Part of what we enjoy in marriage is also ability to relate with one another. of the time we have this issue of men not talking is not because men don't want to talk. It's just
because of their nature.
An experiment was performed some time ago for 2 kids, a boy and a little girl.
Yeah.
They placed their mother behind a screen and they placed the 2 children in a position where they are able to see their mother.
Okay.
The moment a male child saw a mother, the next thing is he started crawling towards that glass partition.
Yeah, he puts it to action fast.
The female saw her mother, beacon.
Yeah.
And the next thing is she started crying.
Wow, that means she's feeling like the feeling. She's very emotional.
Emotion, sound. When you have 2 children together, and they are growing, male and female, watch them very well. The boy is more troublesome. Yeah. The girl is more talkative.
Like she cries more.
She cries more. Like I still don't understand the reason, especially for my girls, for no reason that they will cry. Yeah. And sometimes when they are crying, you are like, you want to feel irritated. Kilo day, what is it?
No, they go. That's your language.
No, they go.
Like,
but when I get to understand the difference in the male and female character, feelings, and everything, then I'm becoming more. How do I put it? I'm learning to bear it more. Yeah. That nowadays, okay, they cry. Okay, she's a female. She will cry. What do you expect? But
that's their homework.
Now we look at it in this way. If talking to one another in marriage solve a lot of problems, why are couples not really talking?
Or why don't you feel like talking to your spouse? Why do we have to neglect gisting in marriage?
Yeah.
Why?
Why do we have to neglect talking to one another?
Yeah.
One of the things is, for example, the man is more aggressive. Let me put it that way. And not all men. Most tend to shout.
Because there are some that have the gene of a woman, like they just feel maybe from their mother, they are very passionate.
They have the calm, like polite, and the quiet.
Yeah, and likewise, there are some women that are very, that have the male gene that you stick.
The male gene is more dominant in them. Than the they are like maybe choleric or sanguine, the one that talks a lot. Yeah. Now, why do some people withdraw from talking to one another? Yeah. Why do some people withdraw from communicating to one another in marriage? We find out that one thing. I found out one thing along the line in these few years that I've been married. Let me put it few years.
Yes, few years, of course.
So I found out that when I started, I was the type that get a little bit agitated. I always say it. Yeah. Forget it. I'll keep repeating it because that's me. And sometimes my voice go up. And the moment, even I'm noticing it with my daughters, the moment your voice goes up, they withdraw.
They withdraw. They keep.
My eldest child will say, "Okay, don't worry, daddy." Then something rings in me. If this "okay, don't worry, daddy" keep going on, then I'm losing the opportunity to communicate with her. Yeah, exactly. So I'll call her back. No, it's not okay. Tell me, it's okay. All right.
And she's gonna choose.
When you yell at your spouse, for example, male or female, I'm not talking about man or woman here. Any of the spouse yelling, it kills communication. There are times that you really feel a little bit angry. Tell yourself, like I usually tell myself, she behave.
Calm down.
Calm down. You know that in us. You actually calm down. Okay. Then I'll be. Is this soliloquizing now? Yes, I'll be talking to myself. Yeah. She, calm down. Oh. Are you sure you've calmed down now?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can talk.
Yes. See, you are okay now. Okay. Then I'll start talking. See, you have to get to a stage when you have to put a break on your temper. Yeah. Or else you will become the yelling wife or the yelling husband. And then your spouse doesn't want to talk to you.
Your spouse will withdraw.
Forget about it. Anger will always come.
Sure.
put a lid on it. It stops you from talking to one another. And it doesn't, see, marriage progress nicely by talking. The more you talk. You know, we recently were trying to say something like, set aside.
Yeah, like, sure. Time to talk.
Time to talk.
You know, like recently we decided to have time to talk in our timetable.
Yeah.
We have time to gist.
Time to gist. This is gisting time.
Gisting.
And gisting means, okay, tell me what you just want to tell me. Like, okay, you've been out, you come back. What do you feel like?
You want to gist.
And
you need to
during that period,
a glass of wine.
Has to listen very well.
Has to listen. And during your own period, I have to listen.
No,
you know, most of the time,
I don't have issue. I don't have issue in you listening.
Better.
But Sheyi has to listen. I'm talking about myself. Listen. Okay, I didn't say Jane has to listen.
For me, most of the time, I read, you know, at least for the past, what I do most is I read maybe a novel article or something like that to use so that we can just from it. So, that be Bible verse or anything. You know,
this thing can be anything, like my wife just said.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be you talking about somebody else.
No. We don't even do that.
Pick a book. Just about the book.
Yeah.
Pick a verse in the Bible. Consider a Bible story.
Yeah.
And just about it. Consider a verse. Like this morning we stopped during our early morning devotion.
Yeah.
And then we start reasoning. What does this Bible verse really mean? And then we start talking. So instead of yelling at one another and only like getting somebody withdrawn, calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. And talk more. See, like today, like we said, no topic. We're going to gist. Enjoy the gist. We'll only be interjecting with life happening around us, maybe something that happened to us, like I was talking about the kids now. Gist. Talk. Find a time like this. And uncle, let me put it, big daddy uncle, in the house. And mommy, our father, and mommy also. Please relax. The best way when you ask me how was work, you know, sometimes I will use one word, work. That guy is on my table. He's in the office. I told him tomorrow my friend will meet again. So leave that guy in the office.
Like some, what you're saying now is that some people that will bring their office work to the house. You know, and from there,
their bedroom become an extension of their office.
The computer
is here, the phone is here.
You're going to call back from the office with the
I'll call you back, and then they don't finish it there. They want to write it at home.
At home.
We'll still talk about that when we talk about the bedroom. So when you talk about some people, like as in yelling, some people also, they find it difficult to communicate because they have argument previously. Okay. And in their mind, they are already building a defense like a lawyer. If such an argument will occur again, this is what I'm going to see.
Like they're going to try to prepare the
She's your husband.
And you know that
he's your wife.
That one alone can really cause a big communication gap and can put both of you apart.
Yeah, because you're always defensive.
Like,
you are always, everything they say, you have one word to defend yourself.
Exactly.
Everything that is being said in my early stage of marriage, because, okay, for me, I don't always want to be wrong. So whatever you are going to say, I will have something
to say. Ready for the adjustment is already.
And you can win a marriage argument always. You know, in Nigeria we have a proverb. It's an Igbo proverb. He said, Igbo proverb. Okay. He said, you fall for me, and I fall for you. It's what make dog play to be sweet. If one dog is falling and the other doesn't want to fall, wants to remain the one on top, then dog play will turn to fight. So
because the other one will think that maybe you're taking him for granted or something like that.
So even when you are playing game, and you know how to play it more
sometimes
than
to relax.
Relax, allow him
like
to
for
win.
example, there was a time I was playing a game with one of my daughter, and I don't know, and We were playing game, we went out and we were playing game. You know, she was thinking she's the one, because she's not really the type that really wants to do anything. Like, it's not as if she's lazy, but sometimes she don't want, if you don't want to do anything, she don't want to do. You are just on your own. So, and we were playing, as we were playing, you know, I just keep allowing her to win because I don't want to discourage her.
So, don't be so competitive that it even comes to normal talking, especially when you raise in your gisting, there will be, you will raise some argument points. Yeah, if the argument is not that very important and it's not something that you need to establish something, allow her to enjoy a little bit of victory. Allow him to enjoy a little bit of victory. Don't be defensive. It makes you feel like, oh, what do we want to say? If you are saying anything again, he was already has a point, or she was already, so, she has a point to
always counter it.
Don't be too much of a counter person. When you are countering always, you become cantankerous. You know cantankerous? Argumentative. Allow, let it flow.
Allow peace to reign.
Let the argument be a little bit non-defensive. Open up your mind. Even in the argument, you might learn one or two things. And that's why I said, talk to your wife. From time to time. And she's going to love you more and more.
Care for you more and more.
All the more that you can see.
Including most.
Alright, that will be it for today. It's a very short episode. And it's just an introduction. We are still going to talk more about gisting
in marriage
and talking, or communication, if you want to use that word. Well, I love to use the word gisting and talking in marriage. Until next week, when we come back to continue from where we stop right now. Sheifumi is saying,
thank you.
We love you. And bye.
Anike. 32 years, I follow close up here, Anike.
And the word Anike also. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.